Hello, I'm Mathieu from Ludovox, and today I'm going to give you an overview of the Oracle of Delphi. So, the Oracle of Delphi is a racing and management game for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and it plays in around 60 minutes. So, in this game, you are all ships, and you want to please Zeus because Zeus has asked that you do 12 of these tasks here. So the 12 tasks are going to be the same for all players. You need to defeat monsters such as sirens, chimeras, medusas. You also have to build statues and lay them on the right spots on the map, so in special places. You need to explore islands to build sanctuaries on them. You also need to bring offerings. So for example, if I want to bring an offering to the Red Temple, I have to take a red offering, put it as a cargo here, and then move on to the Red Temple and spend an action to put this here. The way the game plays is very simple. You need to perform all of your tasks, and once it's done, you need to get back to Zeus, which triggers the endgame. And before that, you're going to be able to take 3 actions every turn, or 4 depending if you have bonuses. So these actions are your dice. They are 6-sided and you have colors. And the colors are going to determine what you can do, basically. So for example, if I want to move, I have to spend a die, and I can move from 1 to 3 spaces, but I have to land on a space that has the same color of my die. The color of your die is going to be very important for the actions you're going to take. So for example, with spending a green die, I could do 1, 2, 3 and finish my turn here in this green hex. But now I want to take offerings. So for example, I want to take, let's say, a pink offering, because I want to deliver a pink good. So I need to spend a pink die, take this, and put it on my cargo here. So if, for example, I wanted to take a pink offering, but I didn't have a pink die, I could move the dice like so, clockwise, and 1 square by spending favor tokens. So these favor tokens are kind of jokers that help me go through the game. So basically, everything is going to revolve around the color of the dice. So same with combat. If I am close to an enemy, for example a blue one that I need to defeat, I need to spend a blue die and then combat starts. So basically combat is a bit different from the other modules. I will roll a die, which is going to be my strength, and I need to match or exceed the monster's strength. And the monster has a strength of 9, and I have 0 strength, and it is a 10-sided die, which has from 0 to 9. I can get strength, up to 5 strength during the game, and that will help me defeat the monsters. But if I don't succeed in beating the monster, I might get hurt, so I could draw wound cards that will probably make me lose a turn if I have too many. But if I don't succeed, I can always spend favor to reduce the monster's strength and reroll a die, taking a bit more risks, but managing to defeat it in the end. So once I have performed my 3 actions, what happens is basically I will reroll my dice, lay them on the spaces, the corresponding spaces on my player board, and then the other players can benefit from this. These are my Oracle dice. And the other players are going to get favor, godly favor. So these are my favors, but you have other favors here. So the favor is very important because it will trigger powers. So in this case, I have rolled a blue, a yellow, and a red. So people have to choose what die to increase among those. And if you manage to get the god tokens on their seats, they are going to trigger a power. So for example, let's imagine I'm like this. On my turn, without spending a die, I can spend the god's power by replacing the god on the lower level. And in this case, for example, if I spend Poseidon, I can move around the board. So for example, I spend Poseidon and I could get there with spending no action, so it's really strong. Or Ares, helps me by defeating a monster. I can take a monster, defeat it, and that's done. I've done my quests. So, as I told you, when you make quests, when you make it work, you're going to get bonuses depending on the quests you do. So you can get favor tokens, you can get friends with the gods, and you can also take items, and you can get heroes. So items first. So you have two types of items. You have items which are instant items with the little seal here. They have an instant effect. You do them, you discard them. So for example, here I get an offering. Or they can be permanent. For example, here I would be able to withstand much more damage than before, helping me not lose turns. And if you manage to get a statue to sanctuaries, you're going to be able to pick in this deck a hero, a beast, or a demigod from that color. So the beasts will help you move. So if you, for example, if I have this yellow beast, if I move with yellow, I get a bonus of movement. I have, so demigods are basically jokers. So for example, Helena will help me do stuff. So if I roll the pink dice, they are going to be considered as jokers, which is incredibly useful. I can use them for any side of the die. And finally, there are heroes. So for example, here I have Hector. So Hector negates the effect of all green wounds and also increases my strength by 2 points. So it is really valuable. I haven't mentioned the cards here, the Oracle cards. So I may draw those and they all represent a die of a certain color. I may play one each turn and it represents an action that I can take. So a fourth action I can take. We all have different, a few ships. So we all draw a ship randomly at the beginning of the game, and it's going to give us some special powers that are going to create a bit of uncertainty. Once you have completed all of your quests, you must go back to Zeus, and once you do that, the game is over when the round is over. Then, if you are the only one to come back to Zeus with all 12 quests finished and completed, you win the game. If there are multiple players who do this in the same round, well, you have tiebreakers. So now you know almost everything about the Oracle of Delphi. Bye bye, and see you on the box.